When people fall asleep, even while awake. I want to begin with a fact that might make you pause for a moment. Most people are never truly awake. They simply transition from a daydream to a night dream. During the day, they dream in the form of, I am this body, I am this story, I am my past and my future. At night, they dream through images, symbols, memories, and fears. But the dreamer remains one. Nisargadatta Maharaj doesn't view wakefulness as a special state. He points out something so simple that the mind always misses. You are already awake. You are simply identifying with what appears in that wakefulness. According to Advaita Vedanta, ignorance isn't not knowing something, but mistaking oneself for what one is perceiving. You think you are the body, so you sleep when the body sleeps. You think you are the mind, so you dream when the mind dreams. But if you are the one who is aware of both body and mind, how can you sleep? The question, how to be awake even in sleep and dreams, actually contains a subtle false assumption that wakefulness is something to be achieved while sleeping. Maharaja would smile and ask you in return, who is the one who wants to be awake? If you truly observe, you will see that the I who wants to be awake only exists in the states of wakefulness and dreaming. In deep sleep, it disappears completely. But when you wake up, you say, I slept very well. So who knows of that absence? Who knows that they didn't dream? This very question is the key. Therefore, this entire journey is not about learning to be awake in sleep, but about realizing that you never slept. 3 states of consciousness: waking, dreaming, deep sleep. What changes and what never changes? For thousands of years, the Upanishads have clearly stated that human experience operates in 3 main states. 1. Waking, Jagrat. 2. Dreaming, Spapna. 3. Deep, dreamless sleep, Sushupti. Nisargadatta Maharaj frequently guides his audience back to observe these 3 states, not for academic analysis, but to break down fundamental identification. In the waking state, you say, I am this person living this life. In the dreaming state, you also say, I am there doing that. The person changes, the setting changes, but the feeling of I am continues. But what about deep sleep? There is no world. There are no thoughts. There are no images. There is no I, as you understand it. And yet, upon waking, you confidently assert, I know nothing. That statement reveals a crucial truth. There is knowledge of non-knowing. Maharaj emphasizes, deep sleep is the happiest state a person knows, but they don't recognize it because there is no ego to possess it. In deep sleep, all suffering ceases, all searching ceases, all fear ceases. But as soon as the I returns, it says, I slept, but I know nothing. The problem is not with sleep. The problem is with the return of the possessor of the experience. If you observe carefully, you will see that the 3 states come and go, but the knowledge of them neither comes nor goes. You do not enter sleep. The objects disappear from awareness. You don't come out of sleep. The objects return in awareness. Nisargadatta Maharaj calls this I am, a pure sense of being before any designation. Not I am a man, not I am a soul, but simply being, knowing. When you understand this intuitively, something very important happens. The question of wakefulness and sleep begins to dissolve, because you realize that it is sleep that is happening within you, not you who are sleeping. And when this is seen, not through thought, but through silent realization, even the dream begins to change. Not because you control it, but because the identification has weakened. The witness, the key to awakening beyond sleep. The witness as the direct experience of non-participatory presence. You may forget all teachings, all scriptures, all methods, But if you clearly see the witness, you have touched the core. The witness is not a part of you. This is where many people get lost. They try to become the witness, as if it were a new role for the mind. But Maharaj always emphasizes, you do not become the witness. You realize you have never been something else. The witness does not think. The witness does not choose. The witness does not strive to be awake. The witness simply knows. You are reading these words. Thoughts are taking place. Emotions may arise. But one thing remains constant. The one who knows all of that. It doesn't say, I know. It doesn't claim a name. It doesn't need confirmation. Nisargadatta Maharaj calls this pure presence before words. Why doesn't the witness sleep? The body sleeps. The mind sleeps. The ego sleeps. But the witness cannot sleep, because sleep is a phenomenon that is perceived. You never know that you are sleeping while you are sleeping. You only know it after you wake up. Who knows? The witness himself. In deep sleep, there is no world, no thoughts, no images. But the presence remains, even without an object. Maharaj calls this knowing without knowing anything, awareness without content. When you identify yourself with the witness, a profound reversal occurs. You no longer seek to be awake in sleep, but you see sleep occurring in wakefulness. Poor practice, dwelling as the witness. Maharaj does not teach you to observe everything intensely. He only invites you to step back a small step from whatever is happening. A thought arises, who knows that thought? An emotion arises, who is aware of that emotion? A feeling of sleepiness, who is aware of that sleepiness? Do not respond verbally. Do not analyze. Just remain with the feeling of knowing. When you are truly in the witness, you will realize something very strange. There is no effort. All effort belongs to the ego. The witness does not need to be awake. It is being awake. And when you bring this dwelling place into your daily life, it naturally spills over into your dreams and sleep. Not because you do anything, but because the identification has weakened. Why do you forget yourself in your dreams? The dreaming ego and subtle identification. A very natural question arises. If the witness doesn't sleep, then why, when dreaming, do I completely believe that I am the character in the dream? Nisargadatta Maharaj answers this question not with theory, but with an expose of the nature of the ego. The ego doesn't only exist when awake. Most people think that the ego only operates in daytime life. But the truth is much more subtle. The ego has many layers, and dreams are where the subtle ego continues to operate. In dreams, the physical body disappears, but the subtle body, thoughts, memories, emotions, images, remains active, and you identify yourself with it automatically, without questioning. You don't ask, who am I in this dream? Who is witnessing the dream? You simply become the character. Maharaj says, you believe in dreams because you are accustomed to believing in your waking self. In other words, how you live during the day determines how you dream at night. Subtle ignorance, self-forgetfulness is not a fault. Don't blame yourself for forgetting yourself in dreams. This forgetfulness is not a personal mistake, but a long-standing habit of the assimilated consciousness. From childhood, you have been taught that you are this body, you are this name, you are this story. No one taught you to return to before any identification. When asleep, the mind is no longer under the control of reason, so the habit of identification becomes stronger. You forget yourself not because you are weak, but because you haven't yet seen the root of who you are. Dreams are the most honest mirror of the level of awareness. Maharaj does not encourage chasing lucid dreams as an achievement, but he sees dreams as an honest indicator. If in the dream you are completely absorbed, the identification is still deep. If in the dream there is a moment of knowing that you are dreaming, the witness has begun to emerge. If in the dream there is no longer a distinct, i.e. center, the ego is dissolving. But Maharaj clearly reminds us, don't stop at being awake in the dream, because even the person awake in the dream is still a person. More importantly, who knows that they have dreamed? When this question is lived, not just thought, the boundary between wakefulness, dreaming, and sleep begins to blur. It's not because everything blends together, but because you stand outside of all three. Maharaj's wisdom on dreamless sleep, pure emptiness, and non-object presence. If you truly want to understand wakefulness beyond sleep, then dreamless sleep is the most secret door, because it is so close to your true self that you always overlook it. Nisargadatta Maharaj says something that sounds paradoxical. Deep sleep is the closest state to ultimate reality that humans experience every day, but they don't realize it. Dreamless sleep is not unconsciousness. Most people believe that in deep sleep, they are completely unconscious. But if that were true, you would never be able to say, "I slept very well." This statement reveals a subtle truth. There is presence, but no object of presence to focus on. There is no thought. There are no images. There is no who I am. And yet, there is rest. There is peace. There is causeless happiness. Maharaj calls this unconditional ananda, independent of experience. Empty space is not void. The mind greatly fears empty space. It calls it nothing, nothingness, unconsciousness. But according to Advaita Vedanta, that empty space is the most complete because nothing covers it. In deep sleep, the ego dissolves, time dissolves, space dissolves. Only pure, unnamed existence remains. Maharaj does not teach you to remain in deep sleep or bring consciousness into it. He simply pointed out, you were always what was there before you fell asleep, while you were asleep, and after you woke up. I knew nothing. Who knows that? This is the key question Maharaj often used to sever the roots of ignorance. If you truly knew nothing in deep sleep, then who knows that you didn't know? This question isn't meant to be answered logically. It's meant to lead you into a deep silence where the mind can't continue. While you remain in that silence, an intuition arises. Knowing doesn't require an object, and it is this intuition that dissolves the idea that awareness is something to be maintained or held onto. You begin to see that awareness is the foundation, not the activity. Deep sleep, a mirror of liberation, but not liberation. Maharaj was very clear. Deep sleep resembles liberation, but it is not liberation. Similar, because there is no self, there is no suffering. Different, because upon waking, ignorance returns. True liberation is not sleeping forever in emptiness, but rather being aware of that emptiness even when the mind is active. When you see that the peace of deep sleep is your very nature, you no longer seek it. And when you stop seeking, you begin to live from there. Detailed practice before sleeping according to I Am, the gateway to the dissolution of the ego. If there is a time of day when the ego naturally weakens, it is the moment before sleep. Maharaj sees this as a sacred gateway where you don't need to fight, just don't cling. Most importantly, don't try to do anything. I say this from the beginning because if you turn this practice into a technique, you've gone astray. Don't try to control your breath. Don't try to visualize light. Don't try to stay awake. Every effort comes from the ego. Every effort creates more doers. Step 1. Withdraw energy from the world. When you lie down, let the day end completely. No analysis, no judgment, no correction. Just realize, all of today's experiences have appeared and disappeared within me. This isn't thinking, but a silent reflection. Step 2. Remain with the feeling of I am. Before you fall asleep, there's a very fragile moment. a place where you're not asleep, but no longer clinging to thoughts. There's only the simple feeling of being. I am. Nothing added to it. No saying, I am this. Just being. If a thought arises, don't push it away. Just acknowledge, I know the thought, and return to the wordless feeling of being. Step 3. Allow to dissolve. This is the most important point, and also where many people fear it. When you remain in I am, you will feel. The boundaries of the body blur. The sense of control dissolves, as if you were disappearing. Don't resist. Don't cling to awareness. Maharaj says, believe in what is dissolving. It is this trust that opens up unhindered awareness. Step 4. Don't carry intentions. Don't go to sleep with the intention. Tonight, I will wake up in a dream. I will remember myself in my sleep. Every intention pulls the ego in. Just remain as the presence, and let sleep come as a friend, not as something you have to overcome. The magic happens afterward. Not every night will be a special experience, and that doesn't matter. The important thing is, the fear fades away, sleep becomes deeper, dreams become clearer, and during the day, you are less assimilated. You don't achieve wakefulness in sleep. You lose the person who used to think they were asleep.